I'm so glad that you're here hanging out with me. I'm feeling very, very cute. I have my little pantsuit on. I got my hair up in a bun. I'm feeling very cute, even though it's like loungewear style. It's kind of, I really like loungewear style because you get to be comfortable, but it's also like a productive kind of look where you can run around and like chic, but also like you don't feel like you're so constricted. Like in denim, sometimes that can be really, really constricting, or in some sort of like outfit. And so these like matching pantsuits are honestly life. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see what I'm wearing, but go check out Golden Hour Drip Co. if you want to like snag yourself one of these jumpsuits before they're out. But today's episode is about people pleasing. Now, I don't know about you, but I've been a chronic people pleaser. I used to be. I am no longer. Honestly, even if you sometimes slip back into your old habits, it's really important to just like make that line in the sand and say, you know what, this is how it used to be, but I'm starting to be something else. And even if you're not quite there yet, or if you haven't had all of the successes that you possibly would want, if you visualize and like repeat after yourself, like I am no longer a people pleaser, or I am no longer XYZ lazy, or like whatever you're trying to change, it's so important to just use the verbiage that you want to align yourself with. Because when we keep saying, oh my gosh, I'm a people pleaser, like then you're gonna continue to be a people pleaser. So just make that line in the sand right now with me. I am not a people pleaser. What we are is we are dedicated people who are working to find that, self-love inside, and we don't need anybody's validation to tell us good job. I know that I used to be such a, I guess I wanted a badge of honor almost. I put myself through so many different organizations, and I tried really hard, and I wanted to succeed, and I wanted people to like me, and I wanted people to say good job, freaking a good job, when I can literally go in the mirror and tell myself that I am doing a great job, and I don't need someone else's validation that I'm doing a good job. And this can be in the workplace, or it can be in like friend groups, whatever, because if we just allow ourselves to slip into people pleasing, and we're like, oh, like you want us to do this, of course, and like we jump through other people's hoops, but we aren't willing to just like satisfy our own needs. And sometimes we give up the things that we need to please someone else. And it can be hard because sometimes our parents expect stuff from us, our boss, our friends. Like, I have a giving heart. Like, I want to help anybody where I can possibly help them. And like right now we are completely renovating our rental house, and I knew today I needed to sit down, I needed to record some podcasts and get my house cleaned and ready. I am partaking in a new job, and so I'm excited, and I finally allowed myself to like think about working for a job again. Like right now I'm working for myself, I'm helping my dad, and I'm farming, but I also know that I wanted to like jump into a career as well. And so I know that I'm going to need to set myself up for success. I need to get some things done before I can go do that and allocate time towards that, because I'm going to be trying to balance. And I was like, okay, today's the day, I'm gonna like get myself ready. And he called me and he said, hey, like, would you help unload some drywall? Which honestly, unloading drywall does not take very much time. You can just pop that out, right? Drywall is heavy, but I was like, you know what? I can do that. I can stop what I'm doing right now, even though I feel like I need to be here doing it. I can help you with drywall for 10 minutes and then come back. I went over there, I did the drywall, and then he was like, oh, by the way, like I have to leave, but would you mind sweeping up the floors and like just tidying up a little bit so the drywall hanger doesn't like slip on things? I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. And as I'm sweeping it up, I got all of the particles, everything, all the screws that he might slip on, and I was like, hey, I'm about to leave. I hope everything looks good. Like, is there anything else that you want me to sweep up? And he's like, honestly, no, that looks good. All this trim needs to be taken down in this spare room before I can hang it. And I was like, as I'm freaking hitting the crowbar trying to pop off the trim, I was like, what are you doing, Logan? You came over here to unload drywall, and then you swept, and then you picked up all the pieces, and then you did the trim. I was like, stop what you're doing right now. You are people pleasing, which of course I love my dad, and I want to help my dad with anything he needs. But I also know that I need to set up a boundary and tell myself like, hey, I need to do my own stuff. I need to make sure that I'm not pouring from an empty cup, because I used to do that in college. I used to do that in high school, and I'm no longer doing it. And of course, when I have spare time and I can, schedule time to come over here and help and do this, but I cannot be pulled away from my task. I cannot be pulled away from the things that are needing to be done. And so that is just an example perfect of today. Maybe you relate with this. And I know that's a personal story for me, but I just get so caught up, and I'll also almost like people please for myself, where I get so distracted and I'm like, oh, like I need to make the bed, and then I see the laundry. I'm like, oh, it'd be so good if I did the laundry too. But I need to even stop people pleasing for myself. I need to focus and get the task done, so then I can be like, oh, like there's other things that I can do that can make me happy. So people pleasing, it's hard. It's a hard habit to break. But every day you can just push yourself a little further to completing it and feeling happier. Because when we're people pleasing, we are allowing someone else to dictate what we're doing with our life. And like if we're picking up someone else's slack, say in our career or our job, and someone forgot to do something and they weren't able to get the job done, and you're like, oh shoot, like I need to pick it up for them, like I need to help them out because they're in a pinch. Like you're gonna try to help them out, or at least we used to try to help them out. Of course it's okay to help someone out every once in a while, but if it's taking away from like your job duties or what you need to be doing, then that's not okay. If you also feel like you're being taken advantage of, or you're like, I'm always helping them out, they're never helping me out, or my boss like expects them to do their own work, and so if they're not doing their own work, then why are they getting a paycheck? So we need to hold each other accountable. We need not to people please. And maybe your boss is the culprit. Maybe they're always stacking things on you. I know I used to be in a situation like that where it'd be like, oh, Logan always gets it done. Logan is always amazing. Logan can do anything. Logan has 18 different job duties and is only getting paid for one. That's ridiculous, right? And it's unreasonable to expect someone to do that. So if you, in your head, if you want to expect someone to do that for you, then put some, some barriers up, have those things where you're put into place where you're like, you know what, I really need you to respect my boundaries, or hey, like I have these 3 different things that you've given me. Like if it's a boss, be like, okay, you've given me this, this, and this. Which one is a priority? Which one do you want me to get done first? And then that also helps them realize, okay, like I put some, quite a bit on her plate. I know it's difficult, especially when it's your boss in those situations. You can try to manage them the best way possible, but when you kind of flip it back to them and ask them, hey, like which one's a priority, or it's gonna take, like give them an estimate on time. When you are being honest with yourself, but also being honest with other people, that's where you can like shed the resentment. And also they might not know that they're doing it. They might not know that they are taking advantage of you or expecting you to do things. And if maybe you don't have a career, maybe you're in high school, people pleasing can go to the extent of your parents, and it can also go in your friend groups. If your friend goes, oh, those are some nice jeans, but she actually doesn't mean that they're nice jeans. you shouldn't have to go and find the jean that is in style right now. If you like skinny jeans, I know they're on their way out, wear the skinny jeans. You don't have to please the people around you, and there is no reason that you have to like pay into their expectations. So if you want to wear skinny jeans, if you want to wear mom jeans, like styles go in and out. You know, like it's just, one week it's fashionable to wear one thing and trends come in and out, and it's exhausting trying to keep up with other people's expectations or other people's opinions. And if you can separate yourself from your validation from, you know, other people and just get that validation from yourself, you're gonna feel loads better. I know I do when I can set that line in the sand and say, you know what, I'm not gonna have people cross this. This is not for just because I want to be cranky and I want to be a brat. No, putting in these boundaries are important for your mental health and for your overall happiness. And don't sacrifice that for anybody else, because you were the only person that you've woken up with every single day and gone to bed with every single night. When you came in this world screaming, and when you're going out, it's going to be you, okay? So the people's opinions should not matter, because they're not waking up with you every single day. They're not going to be with you every single moment of the day. Even if you have a partner, even if you have a dog, like no one knows exactly what you know, how you feel, or has been with you every single moment. Let's not let their opinion overshadow or overwhelm us. Like there's a quote about the Titanic. It sunk because it let water in. If you didn't let any water in, it wouldn't have sunk. Same with other people's opinions or expectations. If you don't let them into your boat, it's not going to sink you. When you put up those boundaries, when you stop being a people pleaser and just say, hey, I'm doing this for myself because it makes me happy. And it can seem silly to other people, but we don't care about other people. We care about what we want. Now, this is not to sound self-centered or, you know, all about us, because I guarantee you, if you feel like a people pleaser, you do not usually put yourself first, and you always try to like fulfill the expectations of other people. So if you feel this way, you're not being selfish, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. You literally, if you are not filled up with the things that make you happy, if you're not filled up with fulfillment, when you are like just feeling so overwhelmed, and if you're feeling like you're being taken advantage of, you're gonna have an overall grumpy attitude, and that's not helpful for anybody. So make sure you're putting up those boundaries and stop being a people pleaser. I know it's hard, it's gonna take a lot of effort, and you can stack all of those wins up one by one. Do the weekly wins like I do. I love writing them down. Make it a challenge for yourself to say no to one person every single day. Bob Goff, he says quit something every Thursday. Maybe you need to quit something on Thursday. I quit something on a Thursday. So just, you know, allow yourself to dream. Quit things, say no to people. And when you say no to people and quit things that aren't bringing you joy, you can say yes to the right opportunities. You can say yes to being happy. You can say yes to the things that are going to fulfill you and make you smile. All right? I hope that this has woken you up, shook you to your core, and I hope that you enjoyed today's episode. And until next time, I love you all. Bye.